Hello friends, good evening. This is Arpitha here. So, hope all are doing good. So, it's been a long time, so I thought let me just catch up with you all guys with a small little, very little talk, a small catch up. This is today we'll just would like to share about how to create a lasting change. See, we as we know that in life we are trying to do some changes, we are trying to bring some changes in various aspects of life. But sometimes some things happen and sometimes some things don't. So now, how do we create something which is lasting, which is on, which will not change again? How we do it? It is like we have a few steps where we can follow for the better living or better things to happen, anything happening wonderful in life. We want, who does not want wonderful things in life? Everyone wants, right? So when we are wanting something better than what we are now has to happen, then what are the steps we need to take? Okay, it's like if we want to a person wants to do the dieting, but then the person is not very keen or being lazy in scheduling his diet, then what's the point? you know the point would, the lasting change would never happen. So it is like, first is the most important thing in all the steps. First step would be raise your standards. Okay, now what I mean when I say raise your standards, see, raising your standards means list out. First, you make a list. What is that you cannot take anymore in life? Okay, just don't tell me, this partner I can't take anymore. Okay, or this person I cannot take anymore. It is not that, but when you are raising your standards, then when you need to understand when you not able to take anymore, what does that mean? It, every change comes when there is an authenticity in the applications and also in the intention. Okay, it's not like in game of life we just play everything and move on. We need to understand, even when we set up a play, then we need to see how the standards are going on. Okay, so now the first aspect, the step one, when we call on raise your standards. So what is raise your standards? It is like you can see that I no longer accept these things in my life. I cannot tolerate where it is. It could be your financial status, it could be your you know your system around going on. Maybe the relationships are not working well, or maybe the finances are not going high, it's just been there. So you have to set up, I raise my standards. Let's come for the first point as a material thing. What does mean raise my standard? If I want to have a house, so I want to have a bigger house. Now first you need to understand what is that you are not liking in the house right now where you are. Okay, now chalk out all that. Oh, this part I don't like, this part I don't like. So what is that you are not able to like? You want to change where, which all aspects. So it is not like this house I don't like and immediately shift on to the next house. It's not that. You need to be very specific on what is that you don't like in this house. Okay, now this aspect, this furniture I don't like. Now what is the better furniture you are wanting for? Now that is how you step by step raise your the standards. Okay, now coming to this next step is change your limited beliefs. See, our belief systems are unknowingly they work like a command in our brains. They keep on commanding that this is not this, this is not that. We keep taking it. So we need to understand what is changing our limited beliefs. What are the limited beliefs we have? It is without taking control. You need to have, you can raise your standards without your limited belief system beliefs, whatever they are not no more in taking the charge. Okay, It is not your limited belief which is taking you. Say for example, your limited belief is something which will sabotage you, which will make you feel low. Any statement, any thought, any feeling, whichever it makes you feel, no, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth enough, I'm not, I don't deserve this. All these kinds of thoughts. Okay, see, sometimes when you see, I'm not, I don't deserve this, or such kind of statements come to it, give a check within yourself. Do I really don't deserve this? And what is the feeling which is coming to you when you feel this? I don't deserve this. When you say anyone is coming you and rejecting you all the time, you don't deserve that, it is fine. It is a positive thing. Fair enough. It is making you grow. It is raising your standards. But any thought which is making you small, where you want to buy a big house and then you think that no, I don't deserve that, I don't have so much money. This is a limited thought. Okay, when it is coming to finances, you need to understand, you need to trust that there is an abundant flow. There is a continuous flow in the universe for everyone, and it's like life is already unlimited. So this with the space of unlimited life which is unlimited, you cannot hold on a thought which will limit you. So you need to change your limited beliefs. Now we come to the third point. Now change your strategy. Okay, so we all, what most of the time what we do is we think of a pattern and we go on in that way. Okay, and doesn't it the work doesn't happen, or things don't happen according to your things and all these things. Now you have to see, it is not like you can't immediately jump into the point, oh, I tried it all the time, it didn't happen, so I'm just leaving it. No, you have to make it, why, from where, what is the aspect which has not made me to do this. So you have to change the strategy. Okay, if you change the strategy, eh, things will, many things they are there. It is like, when you look at a circle, a circle, you're going round and round from right and left, from right to left, and clockwise direction, or whatever you're taking it. When you see a clock, when it is going clockwise direction, it is giving a different understanding of life. Okay, from AM to PM or whatever. Now look at the same running thing in an anti-clockwise direction. Things are moving anti-clockwise. Now it is the change of perception. Okay, change your strategy is nothing but change your perception. Okay, in this way it is not happening, now in this way try to make it happen. So when you are making it in the other way, then you know that this is what is moving on. Okay, you know very well that this way things have not happened, so this way the things what were not happening the other way around might happen in this way round. Okay, you need to change the strategies. Life is all about opportunities. Every moment to moment we need to be aware of those opportunities. Opportunities keep coming. Maybe earlier when this happened and the same pattern happened, many things did not work on it, but now when you see at this level, maybe the things are working for it. Okay, so the three steps which can bring a lasting change is, the first is raising your standards, and the second is change your limited beliefs, and the third is the change your strategies. And now in this change of in this aspect, now in these three aspects we have few more. These are the main steps. You can consider these three are the main steps, is raising your standards, your limited beliefs, and your strategies. Change in the strategies. And now in that there are few aspects. First one is the physical mastery. Okay, all the physical things which are matter, you need to understand what is physical, what is the intelligence. You need to understand about your physical health. Okay, how this body working, what is the intelligence which is making this body work, the mechanism work. Okay, you are not telling your body every day, early morning when you wake up, you're not telling your organs now start functioning, I woke up. They do it, they continue to do it. What is that which is making them to do it all by themselves without any command? It is the intelligence which is making it happen, right? So when this is making happening, you feel, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? You feel energized, or you feel lethargic, or you feel like, oh my god, it's another day, or you feel, oh wow, another day. How do you feel that? So you have to work on these aspects. You have to trust, you need to trust that there is some intelligence which is working inside, within the physical boundaries of my body. There's some intelligence which is working, and this intelligence knows what to create for you. Okay, trusting this, mastering this intelligence is all about. Okay, I'll tell you one point in this. uh, Generally, anybody, any a person who is born, any child who is born out of the physical and intellectual combination of both the parents, right? So when the physical aspect and all the physical system in our body and the intellectual system, which is the intelligence which is making the body function, is coming out of the intelligence of both the parents. So you can understand, when you want to master this physical reality, you have to master all the stages of your parents. Okay, this is the intelligence has to be connected, that how the life is going through and what all aspects you can do and what all opportunities that would come into your life. Okay, the second point, and the second point is emotional mastery. This is this mastery in this emotional status alone will get you most of the things done, because emotions are something, which will rule beyond the intelligence of physical reality. Sometimes maybe the opportunities open up, but there is an emotion, there's a fear based emotion, or there is some emotion which will not make you move on. Even the purity, when there is a love based emotion, there are two kinds of emotion, as we all know. This one is fear based and one is love based. Even these two emotions might not make you move on as an opportunity. So you have to go beyond these emotions. Sometimes you may feel, when situations are coming up, you might feel that, oh, I know the situation, this has come up before to me in life, I know, so I don't need to do this. And maybe this is coming out of fear, or is this coming out of something else, out of some, you don't want it. Okay, sometimes even if you don't want it, and this pattern, you don't want it, then you are changing your strategies. It is absolutely fine. But if it is coming out of an emotion that I'm scared this may repeat again, so I don't want it, okay, then this has to be worked on. You can check again and again. When you have passed the test last time, you will pass it again and again. So don't worry, it is okay to check, because you do not know that whether the things are coming up in the straight way, or it is coming for your benefit, and it's only your emotions which are actually showing you the picture different. Okay, you need to understand everything. It is like, everything we do is to change the way we feel. You have to just change the way we feel it. The minute we feel angry, you attract only rejections, or there is an anger inside you, you attract rejections, abandonments, all this in return. But when there is love in you, that goes in return, that you start rejecting and abandoning others. Anything, even whether it is love based emotion or whether it is a fear based emotions, any emotions will have a background with this rejections and abandonment issues. So we need to master over the emotions. Okay. Now the third point is relationship mastery. Now when it comes to the relationship, it is the most important one. It is after you what do you call, you work on your emotions and you understand the intelligence of your physical reality, physical intelligence, and the intelligent working mechanism of physical things. The third one, which will be relationships, where the relationship with yourself. When it comes to every person is nothing but a mirror image of whatever story is working in you. Okay, there is a story inside you, which see how the story is created. We have been hearing so many words, whenever we speak. So many words. It is not that every word has a picture, has an image. There are few words which has got image, and there are few words which has got only emotion but not the image. Say for example, take care or you will fall. This example I'm just giving you, this statement, you know that when there is a fall, when the word fall comes and you comes, you know there is an image. But when it is come take care, you don't have the image, but there is a feeling attached to it, right? So entire system inside us is based on this feeling based emotions and also image based stories. Feeling based stories and image based stories, these are two kinds of stories which keep running inside. So every situation which comes in front, whether it is a situation or a person or any emotional thing which is coming to us, is coming as a projection of that reflection we have inside related to them. Sometimes when we see a situation, we think that, oh, I have understood this is for the situation. That means the situation has matched the image as well as the emotion both. Now you have to master over it when it is, if you had already mastered it inside, when the story runs in front of you, you will go untouched. But if there is a reaction again, then understand that there is something relationships relating to relationship you need to understand. Sometimes we try to reject a person just because there is no need or right now, or you may feel, oh, I know the story and I want to cut it. Maybe the other person is trying to convey you something else. Maybe it is the same whatever you have understood, or maybe something else new which is coming up. Always in relationship, learn to be a very active listener. We tend to commit a mistake of not listening. We don't want to listen to other person. Maybe the person must be trying to tell you the same old thing, it is okay, but still you need to listen. Okay, I will remind you a small story, a very old story we all know, that a small child, um, you know a small child and a father has kept the child near the tree and said, if anything comes, just give me a call, I'm just here, there, very nearby, I'm going to chop the wood, get the wood. So the child, out of playfulness, he says, oh dad, there's a tiger coming in. So the father runs, and sees there's no tiger. So every time the same thing. But the third time, when the child really tells that, yes, there is a tiger coming in, and the father does not listen. I'll just say that, what, where does it matter if if the father had heard it again? Maybe it's a known thing, maybe it's a play, maybe it's nothing, but still, what's wrong? What's wrong in it? This is the mistakes we all do. This is the small mistakes in relationship we do. Maybe we know the things, maybe it is nothing, it is not that very important and not that very great, but maybe there might be something not important for you, maybe for others, to come out of something. So it is always good when it comes to relationship, it is always good that you need to listen. If you can guide, you guide. If you cannot guide, you don't have to guide, it's fine. But then listening is important. Okay, in any relationship, it is the non-violent communication and non-verbal communication is also needed. Okay, it's not that all the time we keep harsh on anyone or anything, but it is also that even without any vocal, you don't have to be vocal for everything, but you can just listen and you can have a point later on. Okay, and then once after the relationship mastery is done, now let us come back to the point of financial mastery. See, when it is coming to financial mastery, it is linked with the aspect of changing our limited beliefs. Okay, changing our physical mastery, I talk on raising your standards. Okay, and understanding the intelligence, how the intelligence is working inside. And when it's coming to emotional and relationships, it is coming to change the strategies and then keep watching how things are. And when it is coming to financial mastery, then I say it is all about um, um, uh, you know uh, changing your limited beliefs, where what kind of belief is actually making you small, making you feel small, feel low? Okay, what is the thought? Collect all the thoughts, just write on, take a pen and paper, and write down all that which have actually made you feel very small about you. Nobody in the person, see, understand, even point like when it's come to finances, all those people who have grown rich, all those people who have grown rich, they have not grown rich just like that. What was that aspect which has made them feel so good and so wonderful, and helped them in raising their standards? When the power can be available for one person, then the same power is available for you also. It just, you need to apply very skillfully everything. Okay, now financial mastery is all about connecting to you, you're raising your standards and matching with the emotional mastery. Okay, any thought which is taking you high, which can make you grow high, is good. It can be very inspiring. Maybe you want to have a car for yourself, but you may feel, oh, how can I go for that Mercedes car or Jaguar? How can I go with that car? I cannot afford it. Okay, you are talking about that moment, but always understand change is the only thing which happens to everyone, which is available for everyone. So in that case, you can always see, what is that I don't have. Why do I think this? Okay, what is stopping me in having that car? Okay, you can always think, first create an image in your mind. It is more important, and then how much passionate you are about that, about wanting something. Passion works, and not just passion, and commitment towards it also. A steps towards it also works. Okay, there's so many times, I keep hearing in my sessions from people, and my own life story, I can always make out that whenever there is a state of zero, absolutely zero, like completely nothing available, even your survival issues are on top, that moment when you sit in calmness and accept the things they are, then you see the things are moving on. The minute you accept, things start moving it. It is like you have to make an image. Now you know how, if you want to buy a car, you know how the car looks like. You know how to feel about the car. Now where is the car? It is not in the showroom, or it is not somewhere else. It is there already in your memory, right? When a certain thing which you want is already in your memory, now feed that in your memory as if it is, with the belief that it is your own. Don't make any unlimited belief around it. Store around it. Make a wall of unlimited, system. Don't make it limited. Make it unlimited around. You can construct an unlimited wall where you know that this is mine. This is me. I'm worth it. Okay, I hold this along with me. Okay, this is the when we come about financial mastery, we keep thinking, oh, there's so much of expenses going on, so many things, this has to be done, that has to be done, the salary is not less, the salary is not sufficient, or we don't get something more. But we are always thinking about the image and the feeling are not matching with each other. That's the reason everything seems that we don't have. When you match the emotion and also the image related to it, then it's the manifestation. Okay? When it comes to financial mastery, you need to understand that what the image you have, and that image holds what kind of emotion, and from where the emotion is coming. It is coming out of love, or is it coming out of fear? If it is coming out of fear, then you need to understand these are finances. When you come across the fear, it will take more time to manifest, and even if it manifests, then there is a fear of always losing it. Okay, but at the same time, when it is out of love, out of passion towards it, then it is coming to you. Whatever you love authentically will come to you. You have to just love it. Okay, that's the one thing that we need. Okay, see, you these are something which maybe you already are aware of. It is not something which very new, you are listening to it, and you're uh, waiting for someone to tell you all this. It's all known things, but sometimes it is always good to have a talk with each other, with all the known things, just to recapitulate ourselves from all the things, stuff we hold back. And now the next one comes on time mastery. Now there is a timing for everything, you see. Okay. At this time, these are short-term evaluations. There are some short-term evaluations which actually lead to long-term pain. Okay. We try to take shortcuts, but they give long-term pains. Okay, this moment if this happens, it is fine, but some things, they go on happening, and it is like, the short term evaluation. Sometimes some things we feel like, which will be, oh my god, this is going to be too long and I cannot take this. Okay, I just cannot take this and it is going too long. But then you will know that this is not just too long. It just, the evaluation is making you feel too long, but actually the there is no suffering in this, there is a joy. But when there is a evaluation is very short, okay, we'll just do this little bit and we'll finish it out, we'll take the shortcut. Okay, we'll just take the shortcut, but the shortcut may take you, you may want to reach your destination and you're taking the shortcut, and the shortcut may not be, might be good, might not be good. And if it not be good, there is always a possibility that, your vehicle or your going getting into a suffering mode, right? So time mastery is like, you have to, you can it is like, you don't have to underestimate any time frame. You can always think that, okay, this is how I want to go and this is how I need to keep. It is important sometimes, we keep looking at the goal. Sometimes it happens, we keep looking at the goal, not thinking about, how we are going on. It is like 3 o'clock the movie begins, and 6 o'clock, the movie ends. We are keen on after 6 and 6 o'clock. We are supposed to enjoy from the 2:30 itself. Oh, now this is the point thing. Either we wait for 3 o'clock movie to begin, and the three to after 3 to 6, and after 6 what is going to be there. We are not interested in the 2:30 to 6, how joyfully the feelings are towards reaching this. Okay, time mastery is all about living every moment the way it is, so that when you reach the destination, you're not excited, you're not hyper, you're not neither the fear emotions are high or the love emotions are high. The emotions are well balanced and you're going moment to moment. It is like, these are sometimes, it's not like very challenging, or sometimes it is not like not challenging at all. It is like any challenge which comes in life, we that time what happens, in spite of knowing so many things, in spite of learning so many things, in spite of knowing all by ourselves so many things through our life or through any discourse, sometimes when there is a challenge in front of you, we tend to forget, because we are just humans, we tend to forget that these are the steps and these are the aspects which has to be taken care of. Once these aspects are taken care of, along with the step by step, very simple and very, very skillfully, when you apply all this, okay, everything moves on fine. Then you will see success is not one person's, luck key. It is everyone. You need to just, you don't have to motivate yourself, you don't have to inspire yourself, you don't have to bring so many things to inspire and motivation for yourself. You just have to believe in yourself and your physical intelligence, the intelligence which is created you. We just have to believe in that. So always whenever we talk on uh, the lasting change, always see to us that what is there, where, the raising the standards. Now it's high time we all need to raise our standards. We have raised our awareness towards the self-realization, but now it is time to raise even more of being authentic, making we have realized ourselves enough, but have we actualized it? Have we actually learned that this is what I am, this is my black and this is my white? People want to see only whites, nobody wants to see their blacks. But we need to, if you have to raise the standards, raise your vibrations, then you have to understand what is your darkness also, and how powerful your darkness can be in your creation as well as in your destruction. Okay. And next comes change your limited beliefs. Nothing, just a thought cannot limit you. You are an unlimited potential. Every being is an unlimited potential. We have to trust that, we need to believe that. And then, whatever thought which makes you small, feel low within yourself, immediately change it. In a day, you have to be, for doing that, you don't need to, take a pen and paper, daily sit on one, some work for yourself, it is, no, nothing like that. You have to just be aware of every word you speak, every thought you think. Okay. And then you can, always things of changing the strategies, the third step. Okay. The changing the strategies, how well you can change the strategy of everything. You don't have to, forget the goal. You have to just change the strategy. Once you change the strategy, then things will start moving on. Okay. And now, what are the aspects for these three steps to move on? What are the aspects you have to take care? One is completely understanding and realizing the working mechanism of physical intelligence. And then the second one is always about the emotional mastery. After the physical mastery, it is the emotional mastery which we need to do. And next is relationships mastery. Mastering relationship is with yourself and also with everyone. How well you are able to manage the relationship. Your relationship with the world should be wonderful and beautiful. People would actually love to be with you, would love to listen to you. Okay, you have to bring out those kinds of mastery within yourself. And then comes the financial mastery. Financial mastery is just the believing and trusting that life is all about abundance. You are an abundant being with an unlimited potential. And then the fifth one comes as time mastery. When it's coming to time mastery, there is a time frame for everything that's happening, and you have to master this time. Beyond time, you need to reach beyond time. The mastery is taking a, it's a long jump. You are going beyond time and reaching the goal quicker. Okay, but at the same time, you need to also understand, bring a balance in this process just to reach the goal. In the process, you don't have to miss the beauty of the process which is going, the journey of life. Enjoy every aspect and every journey of life and then reach it. Okay, this has to happen. This will go on, step by step as it goes on. Okay friends, so these are the, I repeat once again, these are the topics. One is the raise your vibrations and change your limited beliefs, and the third point is change the strategies. And in that, what aspects to look after is physical mastery, and then emotional mastery, relationship mastery, financial mastery, and the time mastery. These are the 5 aspects of these 3 steps. Within these 3 steps, you can go slowly, check yourself and go on. Okay friends, this is just a 30 minutes of talk which I wanted to give you all, share with you all, because in life, it is not, as I told you before, it is not something you need to know, and you need to have something known, very new and unique thing which nobody has known. But no, sometimes we need to recapitulate with ourselves, because when the challenges come in, we forget, the mind goes blank. It is good for us to get back, and it's been wonderful getting back after a long time in this talk. And thank you friends, stay safe, and we'll get back soon. Any doubts, please, you can leave in the comment box any of your questions will be answered. Thank you friends, thank you so much.